afternoon, good evening, depending on whenever, wherever, and whatever time you see this video. So, my name is XFX, and I'm a 19-year-old trader who's trying to make a name for himself in the trading slash forex world. And today we will be talking about why BTC is selling and why you shouldn't panic. Well, as we all know, we know that BTC is a very, 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 very volatile pair. And it's a pair that can be easily affected by a lot of things, ranging from when Trump speaks, when whales decide to pump in or take out money from the markets, maybe some big institutions trying to invest. After investing, they decide to pull off the money. Yeah, it's a lot of things that affect Bitcoin a lot. You understand that? So BTC, it's a very, 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 very complicated, yet also a very, very good pair when it comes to trading. So as we all know, BTC has been on a steady rise right from the end of 2023 up until the last quarter of the year 2025. So for about 2 years now, Bitcoin has been bullish. We should also know that whatever comes down, or rather whatever goes up, must come down. So as we can see on the charts, BTC swept a certain level, which was buy-side liquidity at 124k, before all of a sudden proceeding down, as we can see. Now, a pair going down or pushing down doesn't really mean, oh, it's crashing, oh, we are done, BTC is going all the way to zero. No, that's not the meaning. It's just the pair trying to get momentum before pushing back up again. And when pairs goes up, it must surely come down to grab liquidity before going back up again. As we all know, the general structure for bullish is, for BTC or Bitcoin rather, is very, very, very bullish. Means that it's actually on a very, very steady, it's a very steady rise. As we can see, BTC has been on a very, very, very strong rise for many years now. So yeah, BTC is not going to zero anytime soon. We might have some certain pullbacks, but we're not going all the way to zero anytime soon. So as we can see, after price cleared the buy side liquidity that was hanging about above 124k, we can notice that price also went ahead disrespecting a very, very strong zone, which was a fair value gap that's on the weekly time frame. Now, anytime price goes ahead disrespecting a fair value gap that usually on the higher time frame, this is a strong indicator that price will most likely push back down, because as we can see, within the blue rectangle that I drew there, you can see that price tapped into that zone, proceeds to destroy the zone and still going down. But at the same time here, if you notice, if you look closely, we have a very, very strong liquidity zone that is resting below that weekly fair value gap. I said earlier, once a very, very strong point of interest on the higher time frame is being disrespected, there's every tendency or every likelihood that price will still want to push down further. As we can see, a good buy would have been from 92k all the way down to 86k, but price is still disrespecting that zone and making us to push down further. So if we even scale down to the lower time frame, we can see a very, very, very strong bearish momentum, though the bearish momentum will be short then, because BTC is on a very, very strong bullish trend. Yeah, so now scaling back to the 1 week time frame, we can see that price is heading towards a weekly draw on liquidity, which is actually sell side liquidity, before price might want to have enough power, or rather enough momentum, to push back higher, probably taking us back to, like, will I say, maybe 91k thereabouts. But there's still every tendency that BTC might create an all-time high, because BTC is on a very, 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 very strong bullish trend. So even if price takes out the next draw on liquidity, I have a feeling that price will most likely, maybe if we're being realistic, push us all the way back to 96k. So back to the scaling back to the daily time frame, we can also see the liquidity draw on the daily time frame, and we can also see that we have a new point of interest within the breaker block and the fair value gap, all the way from 73k down to about 69k. So my prediction for BTC is that BTC is going to give us an opportunity to buy from 73k, within the range of 73k to 69k. So I feel BTC will give us an opportunity to buy from there, maybe pushing it back, then pushing it back up. So, but in a scenario whereby BTC decides to disrespect that particular zone, because definitely anything can happen in the market. Trump could just wake up a certain morning and decide to give a speech and everything is crumbling again. So let's just say something like that happens, there's also a possibility that this zone doesn't also hold, because we still have a lot of liquidity that BTC still needs to clear all the way at the downside. But a buy from 73k or 69k, well, within that particular range, to maybe 84, 85, 86, no, sorry, rather 94, 95, 96k, it's also very, very good. But in a situation whereby that zone doesn't also hold, we also have another zone that might most likely hold, which is 64k all the way to 63k. So within the range of 64k to, let's just say, 63,900, or rather 62,900, we also have an opportunity to buy from there. If the 73k zone to 69k zone doesn't also hold, we can also have an opportunity to still buy from there. So when BTC looks as if it's crashing, when it looks as if it's going all the way down, it's not something we should be panicking about. Oh, BTC is going to zero, this one is happening, that one is happening. No, for BTC to go all the way down to zero, there are some certain things that needs to happen, and I feel at this point everybody knows what that certain thing is. Though the market makers, whales, Trump, they could also decide to manipulate the market a little bit, maybe with some tariffs, some kind of news and stuff like that. But if we also look further into the charts, we can also see that we also have a very, very strong liquidity zone at 49k. So if the 62k zone breaks, there is every tendency that price will most likely fall back down to the 40 something k region, because we also have a very, 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 very strong point of interest on the 40k regions, which is the 40k. What I mean by the 40k region, I'm talking about within 48k all the way down to, give or take, 49k. So if the 73k region fails, okay, the next place we could fall back to is our 60k regions. And if the 60k region fails, there's every possibility that we are going to see BTC back again at the 40k regions, and BTC falling all the way back to 40k is going to be the absolute best buy, because at that point in time we're actually on a very, very strong discount zone, meaning, and we know what happens when price falls back to the discount zone. It gives us a very, very strong indicator, or a very, very strong assurance that, okay, price is most likely going to buy from this. Well, I guess that will be all that we have for today, and I guess with what I've said so far, I'll be able to open your minds and your eyes about what is actually going on with BTC. It's not that BTC is crashing all the way down. BTC is just having some certain kind of corrections, and whatever goes up must definitely come down, and whatever comes down, when it's thrown back up with a little bit of momentum and force, a lot could actually go on. So once again, it's your boy XFX, and I'm just a 19-year-old trader that is trying to make a name for himself.